Okay, the first thing I'm gonna show you is basically the charts that we work with and what I'm looking for. You can see on here there's some longer wicks. So once the asset is gone to as far as it's gonna go, whether it's the bears or the bulls pushing it, then it does a mean reversion and comes back. Um, let's look at a couple of different assets. So let's see. That was USCHF. This is Audi JPY. This has a little bit, but it looks more like it's trending down. Now this is Euro Audi. It's kind of stabilized, and this one has touched the middle Bollinger Band. So I'm expecting that one to come back a little bit. This is Euro JPY, NZUSD. Don't really see anything I like. Euro USD. Okay, that looks like it's trying to stabilize a little bit down at the bottom after a big drop. USCHF. That was I got 1, 2, 3, 4 hours in this type of formation. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to call Audi JPY for 25, since that is down at the bottom, and I'm looking for it to go back up to where it started at 1900. I had already put in a oops. I'd already put in a put on US CHF. That was actually a little bit of a mistake from way earlier in the day. Okay, make sure that I change my clock. I change my amount. So this has gone against me a little bit. So I do $35. See if it comes down at all. Look at it on the chart. I want it to get as close to that Bollinger Band as possible before I take this. Illustrating these on spot option as well. This is the free platform that I sent over earlier. I sent it to everybody in the app. I've never used it before, but it's just a demo account. So use it how you will. Comes with $50,000. And you can see this is continuing to extend downwards. It hasn't really hit that Bollinger yet. It's about 224. I expect these movements to be, in that time frame, like 230 to 240, for it to get at its max. You can see the RSI I'm using. 30 is oversold. 70 is overbought. So you typically will get a movement up or down once it's overbought or oversold. Looking at the M15, I do this just to see where it is on the Bollinger, where it is on oversold. Alright, so I'm making my decision. $35 at the 93.054. It's already gone against me a little bit. Now it's starting to move up. USCHF, that's starting to move a little bit more as well. So that's moving down. I like USCHF because it's an 85% return on investment. Okay, you can see my 15-minute chart is still moving down. That has a lot of room to move down. 226. So I'm going to leave that a little bit. M5 is almost there. Oh, well, it has gone down and then back up a little bit. So back to the chart. Make sure I put it in at 20. And I'm going to start the first trade on this at 15. Go ahead and approve that. And only because I probably expect this to go against me a little bit. But I don't want to miss it if it changes its mind, you know, and then decides to go back up. You can see already it started to go against me. So just watching this a little bit, you can hear the planes going over. Well, I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but I can hear it. I've never noticed that so much before. Scroll down here. You can see everything is losing right now. Red means losing. But I'm not concerned, you know, like I'm making these decisions. And like I said, this one earlier, I did this from earlier. You can see the time 250, and I just made a mistake in the time frame. So please be aware when you're doing that to have the correct times. You know, sometimes um, these platforms they get you like that where you trade in the morning and this is a trade for night. No, we want 1 hour trades, end of hour all the time. So be careful when you're doing this that you have the right expiry time. You can see US CHF came down quite a bit, and again, I'm expecting this is completely filled out in red. I'm expecting it to go back up once it's decided that it's completely filled out. Took another trade in the Audi JPY when I felt it was at its lowest. And you can see these guys are starting now. It's 236. Um, they're starting to move with me just a little bit. Again, I'm not concerned. I have both my Audi JPY and my my US CHF at their maximums, which are now the 60s. So that's my maximum trade for both of those. So hopefully, gonna keep my fingers crossed that I win all three trades, but I'm expecting to win at least one or two. You can see the Audi JPY went against me one more time, and it's 247. Still got plenty of time. There's 13 minutes left in this hour. The one USCHF is winning. So essentially, if I win the one USCHF and don't win the Audi JPY, then I have a losing session there. So we got to keep our fingers crossed that my Audi JPY at least wins at 60, and then the $60 trade, and then at that time, I didn't lose any money. It was only a very small profit, but I wouldn't have lost any money. So the time now is 2:53. I got my Audi JPY working with me just a little bit there now. Oh, look at that. Now they're both really working with me. See, my Total estimated profits 395. The only trade that is not working is the one that I had from way earlier in the day at the bottom there. That was a mistake. So let's keep a close look at these and see what happens. 258, 2 minutes to go. You know, this part right here, sometimes I'll admit it gets a little bit stressful when you're playing the waiting game, especially if it's close. Um, one of the big things is just learn to get better on your splits. I can trade less risky if I was the real patient type. Um, but trading less risky, you get a fewer trades. But the end result is a higher percentage of in the money. 20 seconds left to go. A higher percentage in the money. Um, you can see on this where it's gone all the way back up and even gone into the green now. I love when I see that. And this one is, going up continuously. So we go back here and it looks like they're all in the money. Voila. That's the perfect trade right there. You can see USCHF is even still going. I'll show you the charts, the AUDJPY, USCHF, they all won. That loss at the bottom was from earlier. So these trades that just happened were all winners. And times 1925, 1926, 1929,